Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Well, thank you, Jerome. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show, The Melting Pat, the Next Level Network. How are you? Today it was raining, but I think we're okay. We got the systems down at work, so I got time to spend with you. We got time to chat. We'll be able to get this all done in one shot. We will see. We'll see. It depends how many things ping in my ear over the next however long we're sitting together, but I hope you're well. You good? Everybody okay today? Are we okay? Are we good? Yes. High fives, hands in the air. Yes. Hands in the air like you just don't care. No, we're not going to. Okay. All right. You're right. We shouldn't do that. You're right, folks. Folks, what am I, a politician? All right. Anyway, we may have a venue for the live show. That's very exciting. That is like the most exciting thing, or the most exciting, relieving. We got to go check out the space sometime soon before we can book it. And I got to get my my guest and my co-host on board with the date. So there are a couple dates in mind that they have. So we're going to try to do that. But I talked to someone this morning, and the prospect is good. So fingers and toes crossed that it works out, that the space is going to be good for us, and that everybody can make it. Really, everybody. I hope you guys can make it. That's a joke for one of you. So looking forward to that. Checking out the place, somewhere I've never been, but it solves two of the issues that we had. So hopefully, the technical side will now be up to me. And so that's kind of daunting, but I think we can figure it out and make it all work. All right. So that's that. That is what's going on. If you joined the Patreon, you heard a little bonus before the show when we talked about a movie that I discovered based on a phrase, and now I want to watch it. So join the Patreon for $1. And ma'am, for $1. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, join for $1, get those little bonuses. And for $3, you can get more bonuses as soon as I have time to make them. So there we go. Patreon.com/TheMeltingPat. Do that stuff over there. All right, today on the show, we're going to play more video games. Pat, slow down. You're right. Take a breath. We're going to play more video game tunes today because we got so many last week that I knew I was going to have more to pick from. And Jen was over, loyal listener Jen suggested, hey, you should do that. And really, what you need to know about me putting something on the show is that if I already kind of want to do it, it only takes one of you to say, hey, that sounds like fun. You should do that. And then I'll just do it. I'll make a note of it, and we'll find a place to put it on the show. That's generally how it goes. So if there's something that you think I would enjoy talking about, if you have a question that you want me to ask or a question you want me to answer and kind of riff about that, then let me know. And really, it just takes one. Like if it's something I'm already interested in, maybe I've already written it down to talk about. And you could just nudge me in that direction by just saying, hey, you know what might be fun? This thing that you could do. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, Jen was over for the kid's birthday party. The kid turned 3. He turned 3 on Sunday. It's crazy. So we had people over. It was great. Everybody had a great time. Super fan of the podcast. Our dear friend Brian Amato wanted to see the studio. He said, I want to see the space. I want to get a visual of where you sit here and do the show. And I said, all right. And he was so excited. He loved, being here, looking around at the mess that's in this room. It is a good setup, though, to be fair. It is. That's me saying that. We were able to reconfigure the room in December and make it a much better spot to do everything that I need to do. So, well, I haven't tried to do music down here yet, but we might try that tomorrow. We shall see, depending on the timing. So, yeah, so that was fun. And then Brian was super excited about, like, dude, I got to go see the studio. He was telling Jill about it. Like, I got to see the studio. Oh, I was real pumped. So that's fantastic. And it's wild to me that anyone is enough of a fan to, A, want to see where I, like, in this dank room where I do the show, and then come upstairs and be excited that you just went to a converted garage, like an old musty-ass room. Not really. It's not musty, not really. But to, like, an old room that I just sit in for 8 hours a day working and doing a show. But that was fun. The party was great. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. If you couldn't make it, that's fine. We're not mad. I am disappointed we had to get rid of a lot of the food, but that happens sometimes. We had a good time. Kid had a good time. Yeah, 3. Man, it's crazy. It's just completely nuts. I love it, though. I love it. He's been on the show. The kid has been on the show once, I think, because I had to. What happened? So for some reason, I had to be down here, and it was like a Thursday, and maybe I did an interview and I had to do like the opening, and he sat here with me and he made a couple noises. So he has been on. He's not ready to come back on. He doesn't really know what's what, but maybe someday he'll be sitting in a chair with me talking about whatever. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, birthday party. That was it was a good time. It was a good time, and we're working on getting some stuff fixed. Again, we got the venue, hopefully for the live show. Working on that. I will say, in between me telling you last week, like, hey, we're looking for a venue, and yesterday, 3 of the venues rejected me because one of them was, here's the minimal cost, and it was 3 times more than I wanted to spend, and it was $1,500. And the other one was, we don't have any dates in September, and the other one was, no, we don't have that space anymore. And then that guy, I was like, I figured that was the case, and then he said, hey, try this place, and that's where I reached out to and talked to them this morning. So looking forward to checking out that space and hopefully getting that rolling. So I don't know, keep a weekend in September open if you want to come see the live show. I guess that's the request there. So there we go. Birthday party, venue for the live show, maybe. Party went great. Everything else is doing just fine. So, hold on. I got an email from the IT system still down. Thanks, bros. Appreciate your hard work. And now I could do this. Wow, we've been here for a long time. So let's get on. Pat, just stop talking. Do the thing. Play the song. You're right. Our dear friend, Hope Vista, released a new song. It is called Holy Water, and it is fantastic. I love Hope Vista, as you know. She's been on the show. She was on the show, I think in 2021. I will share the link to our chat in the show notes. And now I think, Hope, it's time to come back. I think now, put out another song whenever you're ready, and then come back on the show. I think that's what needs to happen, because I loved having Hope on the show, and I think we could have fun in round 2. Does that sound like fun? No? Follow her on social media at Hope Vista, HOPEVISTA. Hope Vista. Check her out. This is her latest. It is called Holy Water. It's the Melting Pat. We're coming right back.
You're a strange, strange boy, and I'm trying to be coy, but I know the water's part for you. You're a sexy crush, little hole in my gut, and the fantasy is a liquid truth. You're a crooked muse, sipping your holy water, but I want to chug it down. Created by the Father, you're my religion now. Take me home to your chapel, where we'll pray we don't burn out. Your anatomy is the Bible, and I want it now. You're a Sunday chore, but your sermon's not a bore, and I know the heavens part ways for you. All my friends said run from temptation, but the revelation tastes too good. You're the golden rule, everybody knows it too. Sipping your holy water, but I want to chug it down. Created by the Father, you're my religion now. Take me home to your chapel, where we'll pray we don't burn out. Your anatomy is the Bible, and I want it now. Wine or water at the altar, I can't be with you. Wine or water at the altar, I can't be with you. Sipping your holy water, but I want to chug it down. Created by the Father, you're my religion now. Take me home to your chapel, where we'll pray we don't burn out. Your anatomy is the Bible, and I want it now.
And there we are, Hope Vista, Holy Water. It's the Melting Pat, the Next Level Network. I was a little off, a little flat. Sorry, Hope. I don't. That was kind of a tough mouth riff to pick out because I wasn't sure I could go that high. So the ending is kind of lower, and so let me just and then the gong there at the end. We tried that. We tried it. Did it work? I'm really not sure it did. Really not sure that it worked out, but I did my best. Hope Vista on social media. HOPEVISTA. Hope Vista. Holy Water. Go get it where you get your tunes. Tell Hope I said hi, and then have her ask her to come back on the show. By the way, she produced that song herself. That's the first song that she produced on her own. And that is fantastic. Can we clap it up? Let's give Hope the audience. There we go. Let's give Hope the in-studio audience instead of just me. That's amazing that she was able to do that because it took me 14 years to record the songs that I wanted to put out, and it probably would have taken me another 4 to actually figure out how to mix them and produce them and make them sound good. And Hope just did it in like a month or 2. So, I mean, that is no joke. That is fantastic. And I wish I could be a fraction of how talented she is. So, Hope, come back on the show. I loved having you. I love having you on, my friend. So let's do that again. And run it back. That could be fun. Or, it could be a disaster, but it could still be fun. All right? All right. So there we go. Hope Vista. Find more from her on the social places. Tell her Pat sent you. And she might actually be happy about that. She might be, because we're actually buddies. So that's fun. So there you go with that. Thank you, my friend. Keep crushing it. And then come back on the show. So there we go. All right. Let's do this. So last week, I asked you about favorite video game tunes. I meant to take a break, but I'm not going to do that. I think we can get this all done at once, which will make editing a little harder, but that's fine. It's what I used to do, so it's all good. So last week, I asked you about your favorite video game music, and we got so many answers. I said, you know what? Maybe we should do a part 2. And I mused about that on the show. And I said, we got so many. Maybe I missed a couple. And Jen, I was sitting talking to Jen on Saturday, and she's like, you should do a part 2. You should definitely do a part 2. And like I said, it's just a gentle nudge. It's pretty much all it takes. If I'm already thinking about it, like if just one person says you should do that, I'm probably going to do it. So here we are. Video game tunes, part 2. MAG says, Love Psalm from Silent Hill 2. There you go. I am not familiar with Silent Hill at all. I've not played many of the games that you guys, you fine folks have suggested. I have either not heard of or just not played. And that's me. That's a me thing. And I also didn't have all the systems growing up. So, that's me. So I'm going to look into all these. I can figure it out. I will look into Silent Hill. I've heard a lot of great things about Silent Hill as a franchise. And so I will look into that as soon as I can. Thank you, my friend. Lockjaw says, Balam Garden, or Balam, B-A-L-M. I don't know how to read. Look, you all know this. I probably should have looked up how to pronounce these things. But Balam Garden, I don't know how to read. From Final Fantasy VIII, he says, it's the most peaceful music ever. I used to run around the garden just to listen to it. So get away from me not knowing how to pronounce the name of it and just listen to it, because it is quite peaceful. There you go. Thank you, my friend. Speaking of peaceful, let's roll it. I think Lockjaw also shared this one, but it's a great one. I would probably put this one on a list of wonderful video game tunes. It's from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which, as you know, is maybe my favorite Zelda game, which is not fair because I've not played a lot of the newer ones. But It's great. And Kakariko Village has a great kind of relaxing, calming, wonderful music. And so here that is. Man, if I had a live show, I'd be playing all these. I could have done like a month's worth of shows just playing video game music for an hour every week. Because if you don't know, I used to do the live show. It'd be an hour every week. As we ended, it was on Sunday afternoons. And if I still had that show, I could just play these entire tracks for a whole hour and just pop in every once in a while and say, hey, hey, here's this, here's that. And then there we go. That'd be it. But unfortunately, I don't have that same luxury. That's really the only thing I miss at this point about not doing a live show anymore, is that I am a little bit limited in what I can feature for you on the show. So that kind of sucks, but I do try this, and nobody has said, hey, knock it off yet. So we're going to keep going. And if I got to take this down, then so be it. Then I take it down. It's no problem. So anyway, our buddy Seth says, Chrono Trigger, Kingdom of Zeal. I think that's the full. There might be another part of the title, but Kingdom of Zeal, Chrono Trigger. I'm not familiar, but here we go. I like that too. I mean, anything kind of from that era, like an RPG is going to have really good games. Like Golden Sun, we'll have that in a second. Final Fantasy, great music. And Chrono Trigger, I went back and I listened to more music from Chrono Trigger, not familiar with it at all, but I really enjoyed what I was hearing. And a lot of people have said if you like RPGs, then Chrono Trigger would be right up your alley. So I will take a look at that and see where we are. Maybe I'll do a little review, 30 years later or whatever on the show. Maybe we'll do that. All right, Jen says Sonic 3 Ice Cap Zone 1. Listen, I've not played a lot of Sonic 3, but Sonic music, Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're not familiar, it's great. And you could have said just about any track, any zone, any act from Sonic the Hedgehog, and I would have rolled with him. I would have rolled it in and be like, yep, that's great. Sounds fantastic. There we go. Earns a spot on the show. Not that you have to earn it, but any Sonic music really will do. And there are not a lot of franchises like that. Maybe there are, and I just don't know them. Maybe Final Fantasy has great music up and down the board in their 78 games or whatever, and I just don't know it because I've never played them. So there we go. Speaking of, Brian our buddy Brian Amato wanted some Golden Sun, and so I picked one out. Sorry, Brian, if I got the wrong one, but I should have asked. But anyway, speaking of RPGs and great music, Golden Sun, this is the theme from the Mars Lighthouse. And it's badass. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Golden Sun 1 and 2 are amazing games. I played the third one for a little bit, and then what happened? I don't remember, but I didn't get that far into the game. But Golden Sun 1 and 2, so good. Loved it. Fantastic games. Absolutely fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Kirby. Everybody loves Kirby, and so here's a bit of Kirby's Dream Land. I love Kirby. I love Kirby games. I love Kirby in Super Smash Brothers. I played a Kirby game on 3DS, which was Kirby's I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of like a battle royale type game where you had a teammate and you threw stuff at other people. I don't remember what it was, but I remember having fun. And there was another Kirby game, Crystal Shards on N64. And then there was another Kirby game, maybe on the Wii what the hell was it? Epic Yarn? Does that sound right? Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby's something or other. Crushard would know if she listens. Yeah, Doug would probably know. Doug, do you know what I'm talking about with this Kirby game? It was on the Wii, I think, or maybe the Switch. No, I don't think it was that recent. Anyway, nobody cares, Pat. You're probably right. Anyway, there was Kirby's Dream Land. There you go. I did it myself in case I got to take down. I should do that with all of them. Oh, man. Oh, I should mouth riff all these in case I got to take down the real songs. I'm not going to do that. But speaking of, well, no, maybe I should have organized these differently. But speaking of like relaxing and cool, and everyone seems to enjoy this one, even if they hate the level, Donkey Kong Country, you know the one I'm talking about. You know the one, and I know that you're either having flashbacks of that level, or you're going to boot up your whatever console you have that has the game on it, and you're going to play. And I hope you do, and I hope you have fun. And you know what? If you stream it, I'll be in there, and I'll be in the chat, and I'll be having fun with you. All right? Unless you're, I don't know what happened there with my mouth. Unless you stream it like midnight Eastern. I can't do that. But if you stream it at a time when I'm awake, then I'll be in. And you'll be playing Donkey Kong Country, and it'll be great. Everybody have fun. Unless you don't like the water level, then, you won't have fun. All right. This one's for me. I put this one in for me. And because I love WrestleMania 2000 on the N64. And No Mercy, its sequel, was also great. But for some reason, dick dog, like that from No Mercy is cool. But I like the OG, the main menu theme from WrestleMania 2000. It's just it's a banger. Does that sound like a banger to you? Does that fit the category of a banger entrance theme? No? All right. I liked it. That's why I put it in there. And doesn't fit the theme of our relaxing tunes like we had. We've had a few of those here today, but I think that was fun. That one's for me. That's for me. And this one is for anybody who played GoldenEye. And I've seen this TikTok going around where the guy's like, hey, just checking in on the music for this menu, just a movie tie-in game. Doesn't have to be anything too hard. And then he rolls back with this. Yeah, love it. One time, fun fact, when the kid, what would have been maybe 2 years ago, Jill went to go somewhere, and so it was just me and the kid, and at this time, he was still into, like, music videos and dancing around to things, and it wasn't just weird cartoons on YouTube, and so I put on, like, a 10-minute version of the GoldenEye pause music, and he and I just had a dance party. Just a straight-up dance party. We loved it. It was great. I tried to do it more recently. He did not care. He wanted to watch something else. And so, I was a little bummed out about that. But, we got to have that moment, and it was great. And we get to wrap this segment with some of the greatest video game music that I've ever heard. I think that it maybe is that anybody's ever heard. Because, GoldenEye, man, like movie tie-in game, like you don't have to be too serious. And then you roll in with that thing, and it's just a complete banger, and everyone loves it. And we all had fun. Did we have fun? Yes? All right. There. Break. We're not going to stop the track, but that signifies that I'm done talking about this. So, man, I am such a pro at this. I'm really good at just transitioning from one thing to another. You know what? We are actually going to... No, do we do that? No, I do need a drink, though, so I'll do that, and then we'll talk about misleading YouTube thumbnails. We're not going to do the sound effect. We're going to leave the track rolling. I'll just take out the silence. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm hydrated. And I am back. Thank you for waiting. No time fast for you. I don't even think I put a sound in. So there we go. The system is still down, by the way. So we're good there. We're all good on that front. So I want to talk to you about misleading YouTube thumbnails. Now, I've mentioned on this show that I'm what you call a bad dad because I let my son watch YouTube. And we put it up on the TV. and he sees whatever the thumbnail is. So if you don't know what a thumbnail is, the image that whoever put up the video, like the leading image, is that thumbnail. And so he sees that, and he sees like a ghost or a zombie or whatever, and says, "Oh, zombie! Oh, ghost! Oh, this thing! Whatever it is." And so you click on that, or like he used to watch a series of videos called Leo the Wildlife Ranger, and it was a bunch of animals. And it was actually really cool. We learned a lot, and he would see like an elephant or whatever in the thumbnail and go, "Ooh, elephant," and go, "This one? Yes, that one." And so we put it on, and the elephant or the ghost or the zombie or the whatever is not the first thing in the video. And so then he thinks we clicked on the wrong video because the thing that he saw, that he wanted to see, that he wanted to watch, is not on the screen. And again, like he was 2 then, he's 3, he just turned 3. So the idea of thumbnail, not exactly what's going to be there, that's just not there yet. And so his brain goes, "Hey, elephant," we click on that one, it comes up, elephant doesn't show up on the screen. "Dad, what the hell? Mom, what the hell's going on here? Get me the elephant, goddammit." And then, we deal with little meltdowns. So I have to ask, anybody who makes videos for kids, who puts up these videos, I am coming to you as a stressed out parent. Please, whatever's in the thumbnail, put that right at the beginning. I know why you do it. I know the idea of the thumbnail is like, oh, this thing is coming up in the video. I get it. And for an adult who's watching a thumbnail, who's watching a video, sees a thumbnail, oh, we're going to get to that. Like, that's like the highlight of the video. Great. And I can wait around maybe, or I can skip around and not freak out because what was in the thumbnail is not at the start of the video. My kid can't do that. And so if you're making videos for children and you put a zombie or a ghost or an elephant or a whatever in the thumbnail, I'm asking you as a favor to parents everywhere to put whatever the thing is in that thumbnail in the first spot of the video. Like, do your little intro, your little, baby bus or whatever, and then hit the like button and subscribe and blah, blah, blah. Like, do that for the first, 4 seconds. And then whatever's in that thumbnail better be the first thing that starts that video. Otherwise, you're just contributing to meltdowns all across the world. Because, kids don't get that. I understand what the idea of a thumbnail is and how we're supposed to handle that. But my 3-year-old son does not. And so I'm going to need you to get it together. And whatever's in that thumbnail, you got to start the video with that. You have to. It is a very cruel form of false advertising. And I just need it out there that it's got to change. Okay? Can we do that, please? Can we please do that going forward? No, we can't. You can't do that because the videos are already made. All right. I guess that's fair. But going forward for your other videos, do that. For the children, man, think of the children, please. Okay. Speaking of false advertising, by the way, I keep seeing ads for this Ebony game, like Ebony, the King's Return, or whatever it's called. And I see people because I have my ads in my Baseball 9 game, and it's people talking about the game, oh, we're playing Ebony, the King's Return. And they're oh, I got my strategy, my civilization over here doing this, and oh, your civilization's over here doing this, and we're building up and strategizing how to keep our civilizations going. And I'm oh, that sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a, strategy village defense game. That sounds pretty cool. And then I see an ad of the gameplay, and it is shoot at hundreds of advancing enemies. And which there are several clones of that. Maybe Ebony was the first one, I don't know. But there are so many different versions of, it's like Temple Run, right? And then Mario got one, and then whoever got one, and then the Angry Birds clones and all that, and the Breakout and Tetris and whatever, right? All these games have crappy mobile versions that you can play for free, and it's oh, it's like this, and then there are 75 ads, whatever. But this game, like Ebony, the King's Return, Evony is the name of the game, and it's the commercials where people are talking about it make it seem like it's some kind of strategy, village building, tower defense game. And the ads of the gameplay, it's just, you have this one person who can multiply into other people, and you shoot a bunch of enemies that are running at you, and that's it. So is this game worth playing? First of all, I guess that's the second question. My first question is, what the hell is this game? I just can't figure it out. I can't figure out what they're trying to sell me with this game, because I'm sure there are, in-app purchases or whatever, and I can't figure out what the hell the game is. Because every time I see it, it's like, oh, it's this, no, it's that. Like, what is this? What game? Every time I see it, it's a different game. And so I have no idea what they're talking about. I just... Look, just be honest about what you're presenting. Whether it's a YouTube video for kids, whether it's a mobile game, whether it's whatever. If your product is good enough, if your service, if your whatever the thing is, if it's good enough, people are going to use it. They're going to watch your videos. They're going to play your game. They're going to listen to your show. They're going to stream and buy your music. They're going to do whatever. Just present yourself as like, here's this. Here's my show. I talk about being a dad. I talk about sports. I talk about video games. I talk about wrestling. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Here's the show. That's me. That's it. You like it? Great. You don't? Not much I can do. Although we did get a question. I'm going to bring it up at the end of the show about dealing with negative feedback. So we'll talk about that in a second. Well, I guess in several minutes or so. But yeah, just be honest about what you're presenting. Like the idea that you have to put up what was the game a few years ago where all the preview images and videos and stuff was like, wow, this looks awesome. What is this? It looks so cool. And then the game came out and it was not that at all. No Man's Sky. That's what it was. Where I think they've made some updates and made it more true to the initial advertising at this point. But at first it was like, wow, this game looks great. And then it came out and it was not at all what they had sold you. And so very misleading. And that costs money. Like the YouTube videos are free. That game, The King's Return, whatever it is free to download. And they're still selling you something that's incorrect. Or if not incorrect, like misleading at best. Right? And so just be honest about what you're doing and what you're selling, what you're putting forward. And then if it's good enough, people not even if it's good enough, but if you put out something people enjoy and you present exactly what that is, and they go, oh, that sounds cool. Let's play this, watch this, do this. And they'll stick with it if it's worth sticking with, right? Just present what you actually have. Don't try to make it more than it is. And then the people will come and they'll enjoy it and they'll have fun. All right? All right. We got that. We got it in there somewhere. Just the false advertising, especially on kids' videos, is, I don't want to say cruel and unusual punishment, but it should not be happening on kid videos. All right? Save that for the adults who can handle it. And if you can't handle it as an adult, I don't know what to tell you. All right? All right. So there you go. There we go. Okay. Speaking of things that happen online that bother me. So the other day, I need you to, okay, I wrote down the heading here is share links in your actual stories, in your actual posts. So the other day I saw that the NHL posted about, hey, we're going to let fans vote on what to name the new hockey team that's coming to Utah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds pretty cool. So they shared the story on their website. So I guess I don't know what happened first. I don't know which one happened first, but the owner of the team shared on Twitter, like, hey, we're letting you pick the first name or the name of the team. First name, like they're going to change it if everybody hates it. That will cost way too much money. They're not going to do that. So he's like, hey, the first round of voting ends on May 22nd. Here's the link to vote. So he tweeted that out. And then the NHL on their website, NHL.com, shared the story and said, hey, you can vote on the name of the NHL team that's coming to Utah. It's like, oh, man, that's cool. So I looked at the story because I saw somebody else post it, and they were like, oh, the link is around somewhere. And so I went to the NHL's website to find the link to share so people could vote on the team. And you should probably pick the Utah Hockey Club because that's just fun. Yeah, Washington football team, Cleveland baseball team, and Utah Hockey Club. That's what we're going to do. That's what we should be doing. All right. So I went to the story on the NHL's website, and nowhere in it was there a link to vote. So they want to push you to go vote for the team name, but they provided you no direct avenue by which to do that. And that really just seemed like it was poor planning. So they shared the story, and they embedded the tweet from the owner that said, hey, we're doing this voting click here to vote. And so if you wanted to vote from the NHL's website, you had to go to the story, click on the tweet, go to Twitter and have that, whatever pops up with that. I have Twitter, so it popped up in the app for me. But if you don't have Twitter, then it's like, hey, you should log in, and maybe you might not be able to see it if you don't have Twitter. And so then, I don't know if that's true. But anyway, so then you have to click on a different, go away from the website and then click in a link on another post to find the information you want. And in an era when everyone's attention span is minuscule at best, if you want people to actually go visit a link or go check out a thing, you need to actually include that in the post. Because if you're saying, hey, you can come to our website for everything NHL, except this thing that we're telling you to go do, you have to go find that somewhere else in this tweet that we embedded, instead of just, because all it takes to put a link on a website is you just copy it, and there's usually in your editing box a picture that looks like a sideways paperclip, and you click on that and you put in the link, and now the text says click here to vote, and the link goes to the voting for the Utah Hockey Club, and that's that. And for whatever reason, whoever made that post, whoever edits that website, did not do that, and I don't understand why. I just don't know. You have to know. Whoever's running that website should know, and if they don't, I'm sure they've learned it by now. They should know that everybody who's going to that website is just going to want to click on the link. Maybe not everybody, but most people who are clicking on the link, who are going to go to the website. We're really getting tongue-tied today. We got to slow down. Who are going to go? They're going to just want to go and click on the link for the Utah Hockey Club voting and vote for the thing. They're not going to want to go to another website after they've already gone to your website and found the story. They don't want to go to another website. It just doesn't make sense. It just seems like really poor planning from the NHL. It just seems like it's really easy to do this, and for whatever reason, they did not do that. Related, by the way, if you are selling anything or promoting anything, if you're a musician, an artist, if you host a show, if you have a book club, you do whatever, you're an author, whatever you do, have a website. Have a website. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I did mine through Google for free, through Blogger. It was completely free. I just added some things here and there over the years. I know there's Squarespace, and there's a basic version of WordPress and all this. You can use whatever you want. I don't know if that can help you, but you can ask and we can try together. I'm not really a web designer, but I can try if you want. But have a website. Have a website. Because people shouldn't have to search to find your stuff, right? You have all right, let's say you're an artist, all right? You draw things for a living. Good for you. I could never do what you do. You're great. Fantastic. So you have all your social media. You got your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your whatever. And so you want people to find out where to buy more, buy your art or commission you to draw them something or whatever. And so what you should do, you should have a website that says, hey, here's me. Here's how to contact me. Here's what I'm doing. Here are samples of my work. It doesn't have to be anything complex. You could have basically just a landing page, just so it's a one-page website that just says, hey, here's my name. I'm Jimmy from Mayfair. I draw comics, and here's how you get in touch with me. Here's my email. Here's my phone number. If you want to put that on there, probably not a good idea. Or if you have a Google number like I do, here's my whatever. If you want to mail me something, here's my P.O. box. If you want to commission, reach out here. If you want this, that, that can be one thing at the bottom or the middle, wherever. And then, hey, here's some stuff. Here are samples of my work. I drew this. I drew that. I drew Wolverine. I drew Agent Carter. I drew Captain America. I drew Batman. I drew whatever. Here's that. Here are those things. And if you want to buy things, you can buy them here. And if you want to do this and that, all the things are right here in front of you. And guess what? That link, say it's jimmyfrommayfair.com or whatever. Is that a real website? I don't know. So that's the link. And you want to put that in every bio that you have on social media. Because if somebody sees, like if somebody's scrolling through and they're scrolling through the For You page and they see, oh man, that's a cool picture of Batman or whatever. Or like a cool drawing of Batman. I want to see more stuff like that. And they click on Jimmy from Mayfair's profile. They should be able to go to your profile and go, oh, hey, jimmyfrommayfair.com. Let's see more from that guy. Instead of like, oh, just here's my Instagram. And then they have to click around to a few other things to make it happen. Now, I do have a link tree. And so I'll advocate for that, where that's basically a landing page for all your stuff. So you go to your link tree and you go, hey, Jimmy from Mayfair's link tree, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and then website. So all that's there, and they click on your website and they go to your page and see how to contact you and get a commission or buy your art or do whatever. And so the idea that people should have to click around to another website from your actual website to find information in 2024 is very dumb. And I saw on, I guess it would have been Threads the other day, somebody shared a picture of herself and it was like, hey, here's whatever. And I'm trying to lure you in with this saucy picture of me to get you to subscribe to my Patreon. And I'm like, that's a good idea. That's probably going to work. So then I went to her profile and I saw no link to her Patreon or to her website. And I don't remember who it was, so I can't even, well, I would not give her this advice anyway, but not directly because I'm a man and I know how it's going to come off. So, but I was like, man, that's what made me think of this, is that you should have a website and link to that website in every bio that you have. Because people, when they see a picture of you and they want to give you a follow, they might also want to check out more from you, whether you're in scantily clad outfits or not. And no, I don't have any pictures of me in scantily clad outfits. I'm sorry, but maybe if I lose some of this dad bod, we'll talk. But if people want to see more of your stuff, they should not have to go searching to find it. They should be able to make one click from your profile and get to everything they need to know. That's all. It just, again, people have short attention spans. And as someone who makes things, you need to be able to cater to that. And look, I'm not saying I'm an expert in promoting, but I do know that having a website has made things much easier when people want to get in touch with me. Because I didn't always have it, and I didn't always have a link to it, and I didn't always know, how to navigate that part of doing the show. Because that is part of doing the show. And so once I figured that out, like, hey, wait a minute, people are going to want to click around, and they're not going to want to click around. They want to go to my profile and say, oh, I want to hear more about the Melting Pat. Boom, themeltingpat.com, right in every bio that I have. It's right there. You can't miss it. And then all my stuff is at my website. And everybody knows where everybody knows wants to know. You don't know me. That's a joke for two of you. Sorry, one of you just heard it now live, and the other one is going to listen to the show. So, look, man, I know that it seems silly that we now have to adjust what we're doing, how we're promoting ourselves and our work to people who have the attention span of a goldfish. But that's where we are. That's how it is. And if you want more people to reach you and more people to connect with you, then you have to take that extra step to say, okay, here it is, the absolute easiest way to get a hold of me. It's all right here. Click that link. That has all the information. So, yeah, if you're making a story about, hey, go vote for this, you either have to embed that somehow into the story, into the post, or put the direct link into the story so people can just go, scroll down to the end, click here to vote, boom, vote, done. And if you're like, hey, I do a thing, where can I find more? Boom, right at the top of my profile, bam, boom, tough actin', themeltingpat.com. There you go. That's how you do that. Little advice. I got just because it's so many times when I've wanted to see, hey, I want to know more about this person, and I go to their thing, and it's like a Facebook page. Or it's their Instagram. Like when I have featured an artist and I'm looking for, like on the website I have, it's under the Our Friends section, is a link to everybody's stuff, all their songs, all their websites, all their whatevers. And if they don't have a website, it's like, I guess I got to use their Facebook or their Instagram or their TikTok or whatever. Just like, just at the very least, get the free version of WordPress. Use Blogger, it's free. I'm sure there's a free version of Squarespace or whatever, but there used to be a free version of GoDaddy. I don't think it exists anymore, but there are plenty of options to use. Well, I think of three free options to use to make a simple landing page. That's all you need, and just have all the things right there. So when somebody wants to go see it and wants to go find information, they don't have to wonder, where do I go? And they click away and forget all about you, and then they're gone. And that's that. Speaking of being gone, we're almost done. We're almost done the show. Does that work? Does that work to end the segment? That does. There we go. It just bothers me that in this age of people who don't have time to pay attention to things, that we don't all have websites and easily clickable links to follow to find more information. There we go. All right? All right. One more thing, and then we're going to go. Or no, actually two more things, because we got a question. So we'll do that at the end. Okay, so I saw the other day, maybe a week ago, I was flipping through channels after something ended, and I saw that there was a professional pillow fighting league. And I don't know if this still exists, but it was at one point a real thing. And there are these guys who look like fighters, these big guys, who I guess didn't make it to UFC or whatever, and they're just wailing each other with pillows. And they're doing backhand spins, and they're overhands and uppercuts and all this stuff, and they're judges, and there's a crowd, and there's the ring announcer, and it's legit, it's legit a setup for, an actual fight. And then these two big guys get in, and they got pillows. And you know what? I only watched it for about 10 minutes. It was really fun. And it sounds really fun. So I think I have a new goal to become a professional pillow fighter. That could be a lot of fun. We'll try that. Another one that we talked about this on the show, was Power Slap, which all at once is fascinating to watch for me. And I agree with everyone who says, with all that we know about traumatic brain injuries and concussions and all the head trauma knowledge that we have, this should not exist as a sport, as a whatever. It should not be a thing. But Dana White, who founded it, and it's under the UFC umbrella, so I think we're going to be getting some more Power Slap coming soon. He said Power Slap will be on Fridays, UFC on Saturdays, and WWE back to Sundays for their premium events, which I don't like as a thing. I prefer the Saturday events, but that's me. But anyway, Power Slap is all at once fascinating and should not exist at all in any fashion because, man, brutal stuff. But I saw one the other day. This is what brought this up, and then I thought about the pillow fighting and then the power slapping. It was called BKFC, and I thought, what the hell is this? Let's check this out. And it turns out it is bare knuckle fighting. And it's crazy. They get in the ring. It's an actual circle instead of wrestling or boxing where it's a squared circle because it's called a ring, but it's a square. So now this is a circle, and they get in, and these guys, they got their hands taped or gloves or whatever, but, bare knuckle fighting, and they just, wow, pow, 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 and they just, wail on each other until somebody falls down. And then, look, again, I only watched that for about 10 minutes as well. But somebody got knocked out in like 42 seconds, not even, like 28 seconds. And it was nuts. And I just all right, well, yep, that's a thing. That's a thing, of course. I don't know which one is, of those two, let's go. Pillow fighting sounds amazing. Bare knuckle fighting or power slap. Which one of those do you think is worse for people to participate in? Bare knuckle fighting or power slap? Which is worse in terms of how badly you can get hurt, I guess. Which one of those is worse? Let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll on the website if I remember. But when I saw BKFC, I was like, oh, BKFC, what the hell is this? And Jill said, Burger King? Burger King Fight Club? That sounds fun. And then it wasn't that, so we got a little disappointed. But we thought about, hey, what if they did this? Like, what if you go to a Burger King and you have slap fights in the dining room? And maybe, can we put them together and do power slap at Burger King? And the end result is whoever loses buys Burger King food for the whole crew. And like for, I guess, their crew and the guy they lost to, the person they lost to, right? And so you just have slap fights in the dining room. And maybe would it be funnier if you didn't advertise what was happening? and you just like did it, right? So like people just walking in there on a random Tuesday are just going to go have lunch at Burger King, and then the BK Fight Club breaks out just in the middle of everything. And so you have the shock of that, and then the people just fighting, just slap fighting or power slapping or bare knuckling in, that sounds dirty. Well, it is a Burger King after all. And they're just Burger Kinging it up in the BK, in the lounge, in the dining room, the BK lounge, as somebody once said. So yeah, that could be fun. And yeah, the loser pays for food for everybody. And that's what you do. So yeah, can we do that? Dana White, what's up? I know Dana White's a bad person, but he funded Power Slap, so maybe he would be on board with Burger King Fight Club. Would that work? No? All right. Is anybody else getting on board with this? Yes? Give me a thumbs up in chat, in the comments or whatever. Oh, like and subscribe and leave a comment below, or don't. Do whatever you want to do. Why do people keep calling me? Go away. Leave me alone, please. Stop calling me. This isn't a work call. It's a personal call. I keep getting missed calls, and then today I checked my voicemail for the first time in a while, and I got no notification of it, but I had like 5 messages, and only one of them was relevant. So there we go. Anyway, Burger King Fight Club. Let's make that happen. And yeah, just slap fights in the dining room or power slap in the dining room. And the loser buys BK for the winner and their crew. That sound good? Yes? Great. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. That's it. No, we actually got one more. We got a question. This just came in today, actually. It said, Pat, I have a quick question for you. Sorry if you've already recorded. No, you're just in time. How do you deal with negative feedback? Like if somebody leaves a review or if somebody makes a negative comment about you, about the show. All right. Thank you for the question. Is that all? That's it? You just stopped? Thank you. Great. I love it. No, I love it. No pleasantries, no room for that. Just like, nope, boop, here's my question. I'm out of here. Perfect. Thank you. So, well, didn't I do a whole segment on that weird loser who left me a negative review where the first thing I do, if I get a negative review or if somebody has a negative comment about something I said or did, the first thing that I'll do is I will read the whole thing and I will attack it critically. And I go, okay, they said this, like this show is whatever, or this guy sucks or something. So they said like this part of the show sucks, or this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so I look at that and I go, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe I was wrong on something. Maybe I could have done more research. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should stop doing whatever. Maybe I should make an adjustment. And I will always take anybody who has feedback for the show, I will always write that down and take it into serious consideration. Whether or not I use it is a different story. But if you offer me feedback for the show in any form, I will look at it critically and go, okay, someone who has listened to the show thinks that something is not working. And so I will look at that critically and go, okay, maybe we can make an adjustment. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could try this. So that's the first thing I do is I read the whole comment. I don't react. I used to do that. I used to react to the first part of things, and it got me in trouble. And it just led to a bunch of nonsense. And I don't have time for that anymore. So I read the whole thing, and I go, okay, they mentioned this and this and this. Let's make note of that. And then I look at it again, and I go, maybe they're not actually saying anything constructive or productive, and they're just whining. They're just, venting. Maybe they had a bad day at work, and they're taking it out on me for some reason, and that's fine. I don't mind being that guy. I've been on the internet long enough to know how to handle that. As long as you're not taking it over the line and going after certain things, that's fine. You're having a bad day, no problem. Dump it on me. I can handle it. I will internalize it. I will laugh about it later, and then we all move on. Well, I will move on. I hope you also move on. And so, yeah, I look at it critically first, and then I'll look at it and go, that's not actually about me, or they're just saying stuff. And I go, all right. And then the third thing that I'll do, the second or third thing, if there's nothing critical about it, then we move on to step 2, where I go, it's probably not for me, probably not about me. And then the third thing I do is I make fun of it. Is that like I laugh at it, right? Because if you're taking the time to go and find me, someone who does no promotion for this show, and I'm not famous, I'm not well known at all, And so in any shape or form, in any circle, there's a shape for you. Form of a bucket of water. No. And so if you're taking the time to attack me, a small podcaster who does this for fun on breaks at work, then look, man, or whoa, man, or whoever, I can't help you. I'm not a therapist. And it's just like, I don't know, man, develop thicker skin, I guess. That's really, I don't know, it's weird though, because I don't get a ton of negative feedback. And so it's hard to, I guess because I don't share a ton of scandalous stuff on Facebook anymore. I guess that's it. But I don't get a ton of it. When I do, yeah, I go after it critically to see if anything they've said has merit. And if it does, I will take that into consideration and kind of make adjustments if I need to. Then I will look at it and go, this isn't really about me. They're just saying stuff, and I was just the guy they thought of. And I go, okay. And then I realize that, and then I just laugh about it and make fun of them. Is that mature? Probably not. But it's fun for me, and then it accomplishes two things. Number one, whoever sent the thing, they're heard. Like, their mission is accomplished because I have heard their complaint or heard their whatever, their mockery. And then, okay, so their mission's accomplished. And then I get to have some fun. And then instead of internalizing it for a week or so, it's in here. It goes into my brain. And I go, all right. And then I just go pick it apart and make fun of it. And then maybe turn it into a segment on the show. Right when that guy was like, oh, he's the worst voice ever. I go, well, what if we did the show like this? What if we did the show in this way, where we talk slowly and with a deeper voice? Or what if we talk like this, right? And so I kind of have fun with that. And then it's over. And then I don't think about it again. Because I say this with any creative endeavor, if you're a songwriter or just a writer of words and whatnot, if you do whatever, the worst thing that you can do, either with feedback or with any idea or any kind of feeling you're having, the absolute worst thing that you can do is leave it inside and let it sit there. So the advice I can give you on that front is have a website. You can do it for free on Google through Blogger, or you can go to, actually, for this, the best thing would be Tumblr, because I believe you can still post privately on Tumblr. So make a Tumblr account and just post whatever you're feeling, thinking, whatever you're doing. Don't tell anybody about your Tumblr. Don't give your username. Don't share it anywhere. It's just for you. So go to your Tumblr and just whatever you're feeling, whatever's going on, just write it out. Just keep typing until you're done, till you got all the stuff out of you. Just type, and go either save it as a draft, or there's a little menu option, I believe, still, that says post privately. So only you could see it. I mean, I guess whoever runs Tumblr might be able to see it, but they're not going to reach out to you, is what I mean. And just have it up there and just throw it out and get it out of you. Like I do. If I get a negative review, I read it, take it in, maybe use some of the information, and then I spit it back out and make fun of it. Because, like, if you took the time to negatively review my show, it means two things. It means a couple more, maybe more than two. But you listened to at least part of the episode. And you decided to go searching for my show on Apple Music or wherever you listen to your shows. You decided to type in my name and go search for my little show. And then go click on the thing that says leave a review and go type out your thing. And the fact that you did that, for me, a guy who, I don't know, I don't think I really offend anybody, but, a guy who just out here in his basement saying stuff on breaks at work, and that tickled you so bad, like that ticked you off so much that you had to sit there and share that review. Or like you had to sit there and let me know that you blocked me on several platforms for some reason. Or you deleted a whole account because you decided that I wasn't worth something or other. That you decided to do that and then go complain about it somewhere else. And leave a review of the show. Or leave a comment on a post of mine. Or whatever. And just say, the fact that I got to you so much by doing so little is very funny to me. And so that's why, if you have constructive criticism, I will take it in. I will make adjustments if I feel they need to be made, And then if you were dumb about it, if you're being a little, being a little whatever about it, then I'll make fun of it and then it'll be over and we'll never think about you again. So to answer your question, that is how I handle negative feedback. If there's anything of merit, anything critically I can use, I will use it. If they're just looking for somebody to dump their day on, that's fine. I'll take that too. And if they're just being a whiny little, then I will use that for entertainment, for entertaining myself and maybe you as well. So that's how we do that. That's how we play. What's that sound? No, that's for one of you. So that's how I do that. Sometimes if somebody leaves a negative review, I can use that information to make the show better. Or I can just laugh about it and then make fun of them. And then they're all out of our brain forever. Unless they come back and leave another. Let's see. Should we check our negative reviews right now? Let's check right now our see if we have any more negative reviews. I got another missed call. What's going on here today? Stop calling me, everybody. Go away. Ugh. Sorry. Phone calls. Let's see. Do we have any other reviews? Nope. Just the one. Okay. That's so funny. Oh, man. So funny. So funny. I still believe that guy didn't listen to the show, by the way. All right. There we go. So there you go. Thank you, Jimmy from Mayfair. I hope that I answered your question in a sufficient manner. Certainly not succinct. That's not what I do. But there we go. That is our show. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you to Hope Vista for the tune. Go get holy water where you get your stuff and go tell her I said hi. And she might actually be happy about that because we're buddies. Will that work? I don't know. Will she come back on the show? I don't know that either. Let me know. All right? All right. Thanks, everybody, also for your video game tunes. If I missed any, let me know. We can sprinkle them throughout. I don't know if we'll do a round 3. I'm not sure we have enough. I guess if I really think about it, I could parse out a few more. But if I missed one that you really want me to talk about, and you want me to talk more about games I don't play, games I've never played, let me know. All right? All right. That's all. We're going to go. Oh, boy. G Love and Special Sauce. Go check them out. Philadelphonic.com. This will be another longer show because we got to add in the music. So we won't play the song. We'll do my thing at the end. There we go. It's not that fast, but because I can't play that fast. But anyway, go check them out anyway. Go check them out. All right? Any place, anywhere. No, I told you the place. There we go. This has been an 8boiling production. TheMeltingPat.com for all my things. The Patreon, the newsletter, the contact page is right over there. All right? We're good. Right? Oh, man. I hope so. I hope so. Until next time, my friends, have fun. Be safe. Thank a veteran. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Get vaccinated and boosted when you can. And, of course, don't do anything I wouldn't do. That's all, right? It is. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Just go have fun. All right? You've been inside the Melting Pat on the Next Level Network. Go crap open a cold one.